This is a review for what you'd call a fake Apple Watch. So inside the box you get 3 different parts. You get the 2 bits of straps. So this is basically what you get in the box. It's very much a no frills packaging as well. They're not really trying to pass it off as an actual Apple product. So it's just basically a smartwatch together. So this was £5 plus £5.70 plus £5 postage. So altogether £10.70 all in. So the only other thing you get inside the box is this little manual. So the manual basically tells you how to download the app, and then you have to QR code that, and then for the rest of it it's just a few talking through the functions of the actual watch. So it's very easy to use. There's just one button on the front and that is it. So if I just quickly clip these in, before we get started, so here this is the charger. So all you have to do is plug this into a USB port, but it doesn't work the way you'd want it to do. So if you go that way into a laptop or a computer, if it's next to another port, you can't then use the other port either, because there is the width for the actual watch takes up too much space, so therefore you can't use it on another one. The next thing you need to take into consideration as well is this back bit here. So this is the heart rate sensor. So this will monitor your pulse and things like that on your wrist. So if we clip these two together and clip this one in as well, so as you can see, looking at it without being on, it does look very much like an Apple Watch. So it's got a very similar design with the strap and how the strap works. So, but that's quite easy to mimic because it's just a cheap plasticky. So like that, it looks fairly straightforward, fairly good fake. But then when you actually get into the actual device, so this is one of the 2 themes you can have: battery indicator, number of steps, calories burnt, and then distance traveled, time which is provided by the app, which I'll show you as well, and then it says it's been linked to the actual device, gives the date as well, and then these rings, which is trying to mimic what it's like on the actual Apple Watch as well for you. So the way it works is you press this button to go through the different menus. So you've got steps, and then you hold it down and that will take you into the steps menu. So 1 kilometer, 25 calories, 1038 steps so far, and then to get out of that you just hold it down again and that takes you back. And then the BPM, so once again you hold it down and then it will monitor your beats per minute, your oxygen levels as well, and then the other one is the temperature, I believe. So they're 95% oxygen in the blood, 71 beats per minute. And the next one, so then you've got sports. So from the sports menu, you can do a run, you can do sit-ups, you can do a skip, very straightforward. And then you've got messaging. So what it will do is it will enable you to read your messages. So at the moment I haven't got any that I haven't read, so it just says null at the moment. So you have to link that through your phone. And then more takes you into the next submenu, so you can use it to take pictures, use it as a remote for your camera, look for, so if you've lost your phone you can then use that and it will beep through the watch, and then the phone will beep through the app as well to tell you where it is. So a few little nifty little features. One more thing to show you on the more, and that's the theme as well. So we did the camera, looking for, so the theme, there is one more theme. There you go. So that's the other theme. So there's 2 themes altogether. And then you've got the shutdown, and you've also got the QR code for the actual app as well, built into the phone. So the watch, sorry. So if we go to this one, so that's your QR code. I'll just show you what the other theme looks like as well quickly. So hold down, takes you into the menu, themes, takes you into the themes, and then you hold it down to select the theme you want. So now when I go back to the front, I should have a different theme. There you go. So now I've got a different theme. Once again, shows the date, the time, the heart rate, the calories, the steps, all that kind of stuff. But I quite like the rings one, which makes it look a bit more like an Apple Watch. So overall, which is £5, and then you take into account the shipping, so it takes up to £10.70. It's not bad for a little smartwatch. So it might be ideal for if you're giving it to a child, a little smartwatch for them, first watch, all that kind of stuff. Or if you just want a watch that will track your calories, your heart rate, distance travel, give you the time and the date, that's quite good. One thing I have noticed as well is that the actual battery life isn't amazing. So I fully charged this about an hour ago, and I've almost lost 1 bar across the top as well. That might be because I'm using it more than I normally would by going through the menus and activating the screen and stuff like that. So you can have it on your wrist, so when you tilt it, it comes on automatically. So you can set the hours of the day, hours during the day when you want it to be on, and then when you want not to turn on. So if you wear it as a sleep monitor, which you can set up through the app as well, it's quite useful. So for £10.70, I'd say it's a genius cheap product that you could give to someone as a gift, or you could just use it as a cheap sports watch yourself. So it doesn't have the dial like the Apple Watch, but it does look quite good. It's quite well built. It's accurate in terms of heart rate, calories and steps are good. So if you're just looking for a cheap smartwatch that will give you basic functionalities, you're not bothered about brands, you're not bothered about all the extra features like Twitter being sent to it or having GPS built into it, it's a good first smartwatch that you could give to someone. There we go. Hope that's been useful. So this is the actual app. It's called Fit Pro. Inside the app you get details about calories, distance travelled, calories burnt. You can also go in as well, see your heart rate monitor logs as well. You can also set up what they call a health index and do an assessment. It tells you your BMI and how much percentage fat, all that kind of stuff. Not overly sure how accurate it is, but you can actually go in and set it. So you can put your age, your gender, you put your height in as well, and then it will give you what you should be in terms of the height, the weight, and all that kind of stuff. The BMI you should have, and the percentage body fat, and all that kind of stuff. So basically using your height and your weight, and then just making a comparison. And once you've done that as well, you can also go in and look at other aspects like your sleep patterns as well, all that kind of stuff. So we just go back a menu, we can have a look what else there is. So the sleep, I haven't used it when I go to sleep at the moment because I don't like wearing watches and sleep, but it tells you your light, your deep, and your awake sleep and all that kind of stuff. So quite a useful feature for a cheap watch. To use some of the features you have to log in, but I don't want to create an account and send all my information to China. You can do find as well, which when you click it will vibrate the watch, so maybe you've lost the watch. You can also do push notifications for all these things, Twitter, WhatsApp, Instagram, all that kind of stuff, and it will feed it to the watch for you when you get one from your phone. So you can also set it up to do alarms as well. So very straightforward. You can set the number of days you want. You can also set how often and repetitive, all that kind of stuff as well. You can also do a reminder if you're too sedentary. So you can set it for how long you want, and then that will only be live for the start time and the end time. So quite useful if you want to remind yourself you maybe been sitting down too long. But that's it. That's really what the app is all about. You've also got walking, running and riding, and you can start a workout, all that kind of stuff. So fairly useful, quite a feature pack app.